Hey, hi, hello, what is up everyone? My name is Linnea, and this is a space where we are trying to become semi-self-sufficient, where we garden, we do sourdough, and we do fun recipes. Now, it is winter, so we've been doing a lot of fun recipes. Once the garden gets going, and I start the seeds and all the things, and it becomes summer and warm again, we will definitely be doing more canning and gardening and recipes with canned goods. Actually, today we are doing a recipe with something that I canned from this summer. I don't know. Gotta watch out for knives. You see that? See that back there? We're doing something with something I canned from this summer. So if any of that is something that you're interested in, consider subscribing. If you're not new here, welcome back. Missed you. Hope you're having a good day so far. So today's recipe, if you are a frequent flyer, if you will, of my videos, you know that it was around New Year's, so it was about a month ago, I made like an Italian braised short rib recipe, and it was probably the best thing I have ever made in my entire life. And I was scrolling Reddit not too long after, and I don't remember what subreddit I was in, but someone posted a recipe that was very similar to the short rib recipe that I did, but they used chuck roast, which is cheaper and easier to come by. So I've decided that I'm going to give it a whirl. That's what we're going to have for our dinner tonight. Instead of mashed potatoes, which is what I used for the short ribs, we're going to use egg noodles because that is what this person used. So we're going to give that a try. So I do have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. Actually, this recipe, the person just cooked it on the stove the entire time, but I don't really want to do that. I'd rather it be in the oven. I don't know why, just in my head, it's easier in the oven. I don't know. So anyway, we are going to get some olive oil preheating in one of these Dutch ovens back here, and we're going to sear the roast. I have just before we get started, I've got a 3.5 pound chuck roast, and I'm going to cut it up into 4 large chunks so it's easier to sear and like fully cook. And just so you know, this recipe is supposed to take about 3 hours, so if you do want to make it, start ahead of time. My eyes are watering because I am standing over this. My eyes are watering, so I'm just gonna go make this recipe. Let's go. Let's have some fun. I literally just got, it's a pretty small bag of carrots. I'm going to add the whole bag because we like carrots. So I want to mix this up and cook it until the carrots are a little soft. Alright, I'm going to add some garlic powder You can add fresh garlic if you want. I just have this powder that I made, so we're adding that. I'm also going to add a little bit of this. This is completely optional. I've never done it before, but it sounds good, so I'm gonna add some. Pretty healthy amount. Alright, now I'm gonna add about 4 ounces of tomato paste. This is maybe 3 ounces. This is a 6-ounce can, so I'm gonna add about half, so 3 ounces. I'm gonna let it cook for a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna add a cup of red wine. The same red wine that I have been using for all these different recipes, because we don't really drink and I have to use it up. Okay, I'm gonna let this cook until the wine is at least halfway reduced. And then we will add in our beef and all the good things and put it in the oven. Alright, since this is mostly reduced, I'm going to add, it says to add 1 can of crushed tomatoes, but you know what? Same as last time. I'm gonna add, it won't focus. This is essentially just crushed tomatoes from my garden that I canned over the summer. So, that's what I'm gonna add. Alright, I added the can of crushed tomatoes. And I'm gonna add 2 cups of water and then my better than bouillon beef that I have. Now, if you don't have, hold on. If you don't have this, just use beef broth. But for me, I'm gonna use water and then add the Alright, so it was 16 ounces of crushed tomatoes. I did 2 cups of water, and then I'm gonna add some of this for the flavor. Flavor. Also, it does say to add 3 bay leaves. I don't believe bay leaves do anything. Plus, I don't have any. And it does say to add some thyme, so I do have time. We'll be back in 3 hours. Alright, that is that. It cooked for exactly 3 hours. So we will plate it up and I'll have Jonathan give it a try, and I'll let you know how good it is compared to the short ribs. Also, we decided to do mashed potatoes because Jonathan does not like the egg noodles that I have, which is fine. So we're doing it with mashed potatoes. So it's basically a direct comparison of the short ribs. So we will be back.
Jokes. No.
Why do you always do that to me? It's basically a direct comparison of the short ribs versus chuck roast, which honestly, do you remember how much we paid for those short ribs? Because I don't.
I don't, but this is definitely good. Like, it's definitely like a 9, but those other ones were like an 11.
Yeah. I think it's just the cut of meat.
Well, it was the cut of meat, and I think because it was from Dierberg's, and it was from like, but like I feel like that just made it.
They were cut fresh.
Yeah, they were like.
Yeah,
it's still really good.
This chuck roast was not cut fresh. I mean, this chuck roast was like $25 though, so it was not cheap.
Yeah, but no, it's still delicious. I'm not saying it's not delicious. I'm giving it.
But also, you have to remember that we were on like a holiday break. You know, like that was also, it was like a New Year's special day. Like, you know, we were having a little more fun than just your average day. You put a piece in your mouth and it was really hot. Now you gotta chew it.
And I'm just saying, like, I just remember the meat like just tasting a little bit like sweeter, buttery, more. It wasn't because of the way you cooked it. Just like
no, I think I'm pretty sure I cooked this the exact same way with the exact same ingredients.
It's still delicious. I'm not saying it's not delicious.
And I used the tomatoes from our garden, so that's also a thing.
It's definitely delicious.
But anyway, we're gonna go eat because we have a lot to do tonight. Calvin is pacing because he really, really, really wants some meat, but he's not gonna get any, at least right now. So, anyways, the next video, Mexican pizzas with homemade tortillas. So, that'll be good. That's tomorrow night. But anyway, I'm gonna go eat because Jonathan's already half done. So we'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye!